Welcome. In this edition of Down to Earth, we would focus on three important things. One is water spinach, the next one is artificial reefs, and the third important is the tankers, the water tankers, right? So the first topic that we would focus on is sugarcane to century. Now this is an idea from the Pune district in Maharashtra, where farmers actually came together, and one of the farmland which was there now has turned a place for birds and biodiversity. The region witnessed a significant decline in the bird population. Later on, efforts were done to make it comprehensive, and this had actually brought in good results that we have seen. The next is focusing on what can be seen in this. So there have been nearly 200 indigenous varieties of plant species and food bearing species which have been grown. The farmers now are seeing birds from different parts. Even there have been efforts to combat climate change activity, and this is one of the case studies that you can actually mention. The next is the deficit rainfall. Now the rainfall was only 39% of the normal in the month of June, as it has happened in the last 2 years. Now this has been affecting the kharif farming. There has been a big decrease in the amount of rice that was planted, and even the production would be decreased because of the dry spells. There have been one of the studies which shows that these are the belts where you can see deficit rainfall, and a huge amount of deficit can be seen in the regions of Jharkhand as well. There has been a normal range of rainfall in the other states. However, the major reason that we are seeing is with rising temperature. What happens is with 10-degree rise in temperature, the breathing rate for the plant significantly increases. That means the plant is putting in more energy for breathing activity. As a result, respiration is more, and the food production that a plant can do would be significantly reduced. So this deficit and global warming would be ultimately responsible for reduced productivity and declining production of the agricultural crops. So that's again an important cause of concern. Recently we have witnessed cases of avian flu in India. There have been cases reported from the regions of Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra and Jharkhand. There have been advisories issued in the regions for the same. Also, COVID-19, the cases when it began to rise in 2019 in UK and US, we are now preparing for another surge in the waves of COVID-19. There have been populations which have been declared vulnerable to it. People are now encouraged to wear face masks. Vaccination has been encouraged in the regions. There has been a new variant of Omicron which is known as the flirt variant, and the cases have increased from 5% to 60% because of it. The ongoing bird flu is again an important cause of concern. The next is the Green Credit Program, which was introduced by the government in 2023 to earn credits for any environmental action. Now this was considered as an environment innovative market-based mechanism, and supporters of tree plantation, water conservation, sustainable development were looking for positive feedbacks from it. There has been a scheme which is known as EcoMark, which focuses on introducing eco-friendly products. The Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change has been giving guidelines for planting the tree under this. Also, the investing authorities have been focusing under the Forest Act 1980, which mandates new plantation to compensate for any diversion of the forest land for non-forestry purpose if it is done. Now, the rules have to be specified for green credits for the same as well. Under the green credits, there is higher concern for the forest rights. The Scheduled Tribe and Traditional Forest Dweller Acts communities' right have been preserved for generations, and what would be their stake under the green credit scheme. The idea for afforestation concerns are also rising. So investor would receive 1 credit per tree they are planting for 2 years after the project has started and has been successful. However, there are certain points of clarification which still needs to be done, like who would contribute to the restoration, by whom the value of the plantation projects would be assessed, what would happen to the validity if the plantation is not certain in certain areas, what are the criteria to allocate the land for green credits. So all these are the questions which still remain, but the idea is The degraded land would be allocated under green credit scheme. The tree species which have low maintenance and are more resilient would be prioritized by the government. There is a potential linkage risk as well, because when you are trying to connect a credit program to carbon credits, there has to be earnable tradable credits that must be taken into account in this case. The next is Tanker Raj. Every summer seasons we witness water shortage. Now when there is acute water shortage, there is a collusion of water tankers with the politics, and we see that there is a significant lack of piped water supply in the urban areas, and the crisis worsens every year, every city. So if we look onto the statistics here, the piped connection in Bangalore is somewhere around 75%, in Delhi around 93%, and the charges for the same vary from 2 rupees to 7 rupees. However, despite the fact that water availability can be ensured, this collusion of tankers actually bring in tankers to the cities, where the cost is somewhere around 100 to 250 in Bangalore, ranging from 500 to 1000 in Delhi. That means people have to pay that much amount to avail the same water which could be availed through the piped connection, just because of the collusion which has been built up. So there has to be a shift in the infrastructural approach, and bringing in better awareness among the people and checking on this could be a way out. The next is India has seen higher summers. The nights are warming faster than days, and that means the difference between the maxima and the minimum temperature in the countries are reducing. Now this is a way forward to indicate the global warming and the scenarios of global warming. The average temperature has increased by 4 degrees Celsius in the last 10 years in the regions of Delhi, while the average daytime temperature rose by just 1.8 degrees Celsius. Now, why this average daytime temperature has increased? Because the warming temperatures in the night have increased significantly. Higher number of days we have seen where the nighttime temperature have increased in US, Brazil and India, including other countries as well. Now, this higher nighttime temperature, the thermoregulatory system of a human body struggles, and there is a problem where people are not able to fall asleep because of this cycle. And again, this has been detrimental to the population as well. We already talked about how rising temperature affects the rate of respiration, reducing the production in the plants. And for an ideal world, if we say the maximum and the minimum difference in the temperature should be 15 degrees, the day and night temperature. And if it is that includes better crop productivity, reduced crop failures, reduced morbidity and mortality rates across the country. Also, we have seen there has been a 40% of reptiles, which are mainly lizards, snakes and amphibians, which can face extinction by 2080, which is a significantly high figure. With warming nights, we have seen higher rise in English grain aphids. Now, this population would again be harmful to the vegetation. There have been disturbed sleep patterns which have also seen in the nocturnal wild animals, and their cascading effects is seen, which could threaten the human existence as well. Now, quality question is another important aspect when we are talking about Jan Aushadhi programs. There is 7% of the population which falls below poverty line every year because of the medical conditions, and the pharma of the world must ensure that there are affordable generic drugs which have been brought into the public. The Indian Pharmaceutical Alliance represents top 25 generic firms, and they have been working against the tactics talking about intellectual property right, and that it threatens the generic sector significantly. The next is, from the various phases that we talk about, there has to be a central drug standard control organization that can check out if the poor quality drugs are being sold through the Jan Aushadhi Kendra, and the regulatory framework for the same could be brought. This scheme was launched in 2008 with an idea to have everyone with generic medicines which could be easily available at an affordable price. But but there have been loopholes in the systems which have been identified. There has been cases where consuming toxic cough syrups, there have been numerous deaths reported in Gambia and Uzbekistan. Now, these drugs were supplied from India. The All India Drug Network Association, which is a coalition of health organization, talks about availability of essential medicines under generic names and also the rational drug use policy to be brought in. There is also a need to check onto the non-standard quality of medicines which are prevalent in the Indian market, and what could be the proxy solutions that could be brought and how these could be taken into account. The next is artificial reefs. Now, artificial reef, this project was brought by Kaling Institute of Technology, Bhubaneswar, in the nearby areas of Chilika Lake, where artificial reefs would be established. They would not function as a natural reef, but that would definitely provide shelter to the marine life there. It would break the strong tidal waves coming into the region and provide shelter facilities. So these concrete structures which have been submerged near the Satpada town in the Chilika Lake region would be kind of artificial reef structures. They would not have the functions of nitrogen fixation, the biology, the carbon cycle regulation, but still they would provide structural benefits, breeding grounds for the fishes, prevent the strong waves, and can help in restoration of the ecosystem to a large extent. There have been similar global efforts which have been done. In Tamil Nadu, artificial reef sites have been established near Nagapattinam and Villupuram, which have now become popular fishing areas. This concept has also been introduced in Andhra Pradesh and Gujarat. The union budget, we would discuss about that in a separate section. We have focused on the union budget, but the idea is to have restorative and adaptive measures, specifically when we are talking about blue economy in the coastal areas, bringing in aquaculture and mariculture as important aspects, and developing structures for nearly 5 lakh artificial reefs have been identified, for which the structure help can be provided. Even similar help has been seen in Japan. In Japan, the seaweed growth have seen an increase, and definitely we can be one of the nations which can work with exports of seaweeds as well. The next is water spinach. It is a versatile crop known for its folic content. Now, folic contents are also high in okra, beans, yeast, mushroom, orange juice, tomato juice, and this water spinach is again one such crop. It is native to tropical and subtropical areas in Southeast Asia. Malaysia, China, Hong Kong, Singapore are other nations. It is called as kalmi saag in West Bengal, narai ki saag in Uttar Pradesh, and different names in different parts. It has very low calorie content of only 19 calories per 100 grams, but is considered as a very good food, a kind of famine food, because it is easy to grow even in dry areas. So minimal care, it can grow, and it can bring benefits to the local people, specifically the health benefits. Even females who are given water spinach can prevent neural tube defect in their children during their pregnancy period. Also, it alleviates the symptoms of depression, stroke, and cognitive memory decline. Fortification is done, and this is one of the major crops which is used for heart ailments and even liver ailments. It does has phyto antioxidants which also have important protective role. There have been practices for treating jaundice in Ayurveda which has been associated to water spinach. Then poverty. Now, poverty has no longer been determined by birth. There has been a sample survey which was conducted in 2023 which talks about the national poverty levels and the estimates, and suggests that there have been a declining poverty. Fewer than 10% of Indians were poor in 2023 as compared to 21 in 2011 as per the statistics. The latest estimates say that only 8.5% are considered as poor, with reduction in the poverty in rural area was more rapid as compared to urban area. The geographical poverty has not changed in India. There are 200 known districts which are considered as the poorest and have been identified as aspirational districts. There is a scenario where 3.2% of the poor are considered poor by birth and 5.3% considered due to accidents in life which have led them to poverty. Now, these accidents in life have been classified as physical accidents, natural disasters, health emergencies, or even economic emergencies like wedding or festivals have been the reason for the same. So there has been a section of vulnerable population which is in the chronic stage of poverty despite significant investments in the anti-poverty programs that have been released in India. The trend persists. Now this has been forced because of climate change, unprecedented weather conditions. The people are not able to rise above the poverty line, and even those who are rising above the poverty line are being dragged back into poverty because of the same issues. The next is the Narmada Landscape Restoration Project has been started, and this is mainly from the Maheshwar town in the Narmada in Madhya Pradesh to Lachor in the regions of Kharegaon district. The idea is to increase the fertility, and 17% increase in the restoration efforts have been cited. There are various case studies which have been earmarked for the same. Global Green Growth Institute, a Seoul-based organization, has been working forward for the same, and there have been efforts which have been done for the revival of the landscape in the region. So aquifer mapping has been done, and the successful increase in the water table has been seen in this region. Other important news include Hurricane Beryl, which we have covered in a separate lecture. China, which is facing severe weather changes, has witnessed extreme heat waves in certain part. On the other hand, there have been extensive flooding in the other parts of the world, other parts of the China. There has been a significant increase in the use of drug abuse globally. Cannabis has been considered as a drug which has been globally used by 228 million users, followed by opiates, cocaine, and ecstasy. There has been a significant increase in the monsoonal diseases in India. The GI diseases, waterborne diseases, vector-borne diseases have increased significantly. In Lakshadweep, higher amount of bleaching has been seen for corals in the Kavarati Atoll region, and this has been under the study of US National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA. This event of global bleaching, the global coral bleaching, has affected nearly 67 countries since 2023 and has been considered as one of the severe coral bleaching events in the recent past. So those have been some of the important topics that we have covered in this edition. Thanks for joining in. We are bringing Yojana, Kurukshetra and Down to Earth every month. Down to Earth comes fortnightly and we cover both the editions by the month end. So stay tuned, stay subscribed. Thanks for joining in.